to thank HOD of the department, Dr. Shivu Barwan, who is also happened to be my senior. So we have done research together in North Bengal University. So I'm really thankful for inviting me to this college. I've never visited here. So I'm really happy to see you all. And also to our sir, Prashant Pal. So this add-on course and faculty exchange program. So my mode of communication will mostly be in English. I hope you will get it. I hope there won't be a problem. So there's an effect of biotic and abiotic stress on plant health status. So stress, what is stress? Let's start with the, it's a very common word nowadays, right? For if we relate to a human beings. What is there? Everyone is affected with somehow stress. We call it mental stress. Basically, physical stress will always be there in the environment, but nowadays we face with what? Mental stress, right? For that also there is a mechanism in our body. We try to cope up, right? We try to cope up every situation. Like the physical things we do is exercises, right? Exercises, sometimes medicine. So all these things, that is a what? That's a common thing that happens during the stress, and that is the common mechanism. Okay. So since we are a biological students, this is actually a definition without considering any organism, any living, non-living, nothing, just a stress given to an object. So any unit area, yes, please come. Any unit area is involved, that means that is a stress. Okay. And also interact with me. Okay, if anything is so biological is not easily defined, but it implies adverse effects on an organism. So whenever a normal organism, a healthy organism is adversely affected, we don't want that. A normal living organism don't want that situation. So when it is, there is a problem. So there is a problem in the health status of the plant, then you say it is a biological stress. Okay, 72. For you to be easy, they defined a particular definitions that you can write in your answers. That is the thing, right? So what is it? It is a stress is any change in the environmental conditions. So what is environmental conditions? What do you think? What is environmental conditions? Okay, the defense will come. Okay, so cell wall defense structures, because the host will attack the first thing is where? Cell wall, right? It will not penetrate unless it is very easy for the what? Host to penetrate. Okay, infection pegs will be there, right? Okay, so cell wall defense structure, first thing. Then there will be secondary growths, formation of cork layer. In plant anatomy you have in those cases. Okay, and then some callos. Callos also one of the what? Cell wall materials. So they form a papillae kind of structure which is deposited in the inner side of. So there are 3 layers of cell wall, 1, 2, 3. All 3 layers are prepared to form all these structures. Okay, fibrillar structures or more cellulose or some callus formation. So the wall is ready. So if this wall is enough to what? Come back, then plant survives. Very good, you are very attentive. Good. Okay. Next is zoology student was a bit confused with the cork. Okay, so we study cork in the plant anatomy. So some pathogens like some bacteria, fungi, what happens? They all form a multiple layer, not a abscission layer. There will be a multi-layered cork. You know, when a bottle, when you see the cork, I think we have cork bottles here. Food translocation. Okay, from the leaves to other parts of the body. Anyway, so that's what I mean to say is the pathogen has already into the deeper side. Okay, and that xylem flow will be, the flow of water will be blocked by the formation of, I'm going to the pictures, you will understand more. So there will be a formation of some layers that blocks the flow. Okay, here gum deposition. Can you see the another layer, that reddish red color layer? So in that layer there is a barrier already happened. Above that what is there? Mycelium. What is mycelium? It's a, yes, very good. Fungal hyphae. Fungal hyphae. Is it vegetative? Very good. It's a vegetative part. So that is how, because reproduction is not first, you have to enter, then only fungus will reproduce. No, then only one was avoided. I am not going outside. Plant is avoiding completely. Then what can be susceptibility? It will die. I don't have guts. Okay, just the opposite what you said. You said adaptation. Adaptation comes in resistance. Okay, so I don't know, some of you are just looking at, first thing it will do is adaptation or acclimation. Okay, and then if it has acclimatized, then it can what? It can grow and finally plant is survive that stress. Okay, when it is susceptible, then there is a problem. Okay, when there is stress that plant cannot handle, then what happens? The senescence. Plant will start to wilt, degrade, right? And it will finally lead to the death of that particular plant. Okay, that side you are understanding? Okay. And finally avoid. Plant will completely avoid. Plant knows the seasons, right? That's why plant also has a mechanism, right? Like we have 4 seasons. Now it's autumn. Next we know we are prepared for winter, right? We have warm clothes. We know what to eat during winters. We will try to avoid the food that produces like chilliness, like we eat the food with that will produce more heat in our body. That is how plant also prepare itself. They know the season is changing, so they will try to avoid. I know the stress is coming, so let's avoid that. Let's complete our growth, because the most important thing of the living organism is what? To complete its life cycle. Living organism has a most important thing, which is what? Life cycle completion, reproduction, and to give a offspring, to heritable, to inherit the genes to the what? Next offsprings. Very good. Okay, so that is the main purpose of living organism, as you all know as a biology student. So that's why plant, what it will do, I have to complete my cycle, I'll complete it before the stress comes. So this is the 3 major workflow that usually happens in the environment. Okay. Okay, জলটা লাগবে. Okay, moving on. So we have to, now everything has classification, so definitely there will be classifications, right? So abatic and biotic stresses are classified. One is physical and another one is chemical. Okay, physical comes the first thing you said, you said temperature, drought, flooding, light, radiations, wind, nutrients, all things comes in the physical stress, whereas chemical stress are the metals, pollutions, pesticides, insecticides, right? Heavy metals. And why after heavy metals there is pesticides and insecticides? Because they only spray all the metals. Okay, see, my colleague, she is working in Sikkim, she is working in aluminium stress. Okay, you know what is land race? Land race. You know varieties. What is variety? Different types of, yes, say different types of punya rice. Okay, so there is a land race. So locally found varieties, or so land race is typically given to a name which is given by a farmers. Okay, go and visit the rice fields. There are so many rice fields. Ask farmers, the one who don't use high yielding varieties or the grains or the seeds given by the government, they use local varieties, and those varieties are land races. Okay, so anyway, you understood land races. So Sikkim is a what? Organic state, you know, right? Sikkim is an organic state. Am I right? Okay, so that means organic state, soil has to be what? Organic. But why my friend is getting aluminium in the soil? Because sometimes, somewhere, at some point of time, sprays has been given to the soils, okay, and the plant is stressed in even the Sikkim soil. Then just imagine how many stress this rice fields are getting, okay. So that means this is what I am saying, heavy metal because of pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, so many toxins will be produced, right. And sometimes soil also, soil pH increases because of these acid rains. Somehow all these things lead to human being at the end, okay. We are increasing so many pollutions, actually that is the thing. Anyway, so then sometimes there will be pH will be too high, okay, alkalinity will be there. And next, so these are the categories, okay. And the next thing is biotic stress. So biotic